business has opened in Coleman called Salinity. And to give you all of the details, Jennifer Norwood is our guest today. Jennifer, thank you for coming in.
Absolutely, thank you for having me.
Salinity is a word that I'm not familiar with, so let's start with the name of the business. Where did that come from?
Well, salinity actually means the taste of salt, and that was perfect when we decided to open up a salt business. And it was just something me and my father sat down together and came up with, seeing as how it meant the taste of salt. And this taste of this salt actually enhances your food, and it makes food taste better. So it seemed perfect when we went to pick it.
Now, you opened a store in Decatur, so this is like expanding.
Yes.
Now, the store in Coleman. Okay, how did you and your father come across this in the first place?
My parents actually discovered it. They were out on vacation, and my dad has suffered from allergy problems his entire life. And when they went into a small store in, I believe it was Georgia, a little girl came running out and said, "Can I tell you about our lamps?" And he was like, "Well, if you're that excited about it, go right ahead." So she started telling him. He was a little skeptic, but my mom jumped on it and was like, "Kim, we got to try this. We got to try this." They brought two home, one for my grandmother and one for my dad. And within just I think 2 months, he started coming off of some of his allergy medicines. He quit having to go to the doctor every week for his allergy shots that he was having to take. My grandmother, from the first night they brought this first lamp in, slept over 8 hours a night, and she had not slept anything over 3 hours a night over 8 years. And from the first night they brought that in, she slept over 8 hours. It was impeccable. So it took me a little more convincing. It took me a little longer for them to convince me that it worked. But after I got my first one, within about 2 weeks to 2 months, my migraines were completely gone. Completely. And I was blown away. I got one since I've had this lamps, and it was when my bulb went out, and I wasn't sure that it was working yet, so I didn't jump to go run and replace that bulb. I had to quickly do it because I got one of the worst migraines I'd ever had, and quickly got that bulb replaced, and I have not had another one since.
Okay, you talked about lamps, and actually we have one on the table here.
Sweet.
Tell me how it works.
Well, these things, the way that they work, you know how when you see like the sunlight shining through a window and you see these little particles that are floating in the air? Those are actually called good ions, and they float there holding trapped dust, pollen, allergens, and stuff like that you end up breathing back in. When this lamp is plugged up, it's heated the salt, and it's causing it to emit off negative ions that go out into the atmosphere and attach themselves to the good ions, causing them to become heavy enough to be matter, dropping everything out of the atmosphere, leaving nothing for the viral matter, dust, and pollen to hold on to, leaving you breathing cleaner, purer air. And it is amazing how it helps. Tremendous. They also have a very calming effect that helps with things such as like autistic children, ADHD, ADD, several things like that it helps with the calming effect that it gives off. It's a peaceful kind of thing when you see this beautiful orangey pink glow that it gives off. Very, very calming.
Is a lamp sufficient for the whole house, or how does this work?
No, they go by room size. This particular one that I have here is only going to cover about an 8 by 8 space, and I do have them going bigger to range all the way. The solid chunk pieces I have all the way up to working for a 16 by 16 room. And then we have beautiful ornate containers that are more decorative and stuff like that are amazing, beautiful spaces that we can use to fill a bigger space if we have to, or we can combine them in a room to make them cover the space.
Do you need to add anything to the lamps?
Not at all. The only thing that you ever have to do is, as far as maintenance to these things, would be a light bulb change. This lamp is going to last you forever, and if you ever need a light bulb change, you just bring the light bulb back to me and we're going to replace that light bulb for free.
Are the light bulbs different than what you would get at another store?
Most of them are. Some of these are going to be looks like a little small night light bulb, but it's actually a 25-watt bulb. You have to have it high enough to heat it, so they are a little more difficult to find for ones like this one right here that takes the smaller 25-watt bulb. So that's part of why I like to do the free light bulb replacement. I had a little tough time finding them when I had to go look for my first one. I didn't want anybody else having to go through what I went through looking for one, so we try to make sure we take good care of them.
So it's the bulb that is heating the elements in the lamp that make it work.
That's right.
Right. Okay. You brought some other products. Let's talk about those.
I did. This one right here is my salt scrub, and we actually make this ourselves. My dad actually makes this in a warehouse that we have in Decatur, and it is nothing but essential oils and our Himalayan salt. And it is actually going to exfoliate, get rid of your dead skin cells while replenishing all the new ones with 84 trace minerals and only essential oils that we use in it. And I haven't had to use lotion in over a year and a half from using this. I use it every day. I no longer use soap. This is just what I use, and it is very cleansing, and it's very moisturizing. It's going to give you a nice smooth feel, nice kind of glow to you without leaving you greasy and oily like a lot of scrubs and stuff do. And this has been impeccable at help with like eczema, psoriasis, acne. I have actually acne prone skin, and it's cleared mine up. So it's been amazing at the way this works too. So.
Now we need to, I guess, clarify the fact this is not like typical salt that you would buy in the grocery store.
Absolutely not. This is unlike any other salt in the world. This is the purest salt in the world. This salt has 84 trace minerals, as opposed to where regular table salt and most sea salt only has 2 by the time it gets to your table. This one still has all 84 when it gets to you. It's been untouched by any kind of chemicals or anything like that. We do have the regular cooking salt that you'd want to replace your regular table salt with. And it is, you don't have to use quite as much of it as you would of regular salt. A lot of heart patients and stuff are told that they can actually have this and have it in abundance when they've been told to stay off of regular salt. But we do recommend, of course, that you check with your doctor's approval first. But they are usually allowed to have this and have it in abundance because it actually decreases swelling, whereas regular table salt increases swelling. So,
does it taste the same as every other salt, or not?
It actually seems to have a better taste to me. I've actually been able to start tasting food a little bit better nowadays, and I won't touch regular table salt now. Everywhere I go, I keep this in my purse. I keep a little grinder in my purse, take it everywhere I go.
So when you go out to dinner or something, if you want to
I take my little shaker, I carry it in my purse. I have a little grinder that I keep in my purse, and it goes everywhere I go. Everywhere.
Okay, and one other product.
Yes, we have some more products, but these were all I could grab to bring this morning. But this right here is our massage stones, and you can actually use this as bathing like a soap. And I have some people, I have another form of it that use it as deodorant too. It's an all-natural deodorant. It's not an antiperspirant, but it is going to help with the odor and stuff like that. That you, when you're wet and get out of the shower, you can rub it under your arms, or you can use this to bathe with or massage with. A lot of aches, pains, sore muscles, and stuff like that are helped to be eased with this. You can heat them in the microwave or keep them in a dry crock pot on medium, and keep them slowly heated like that, and place them on your back if it's hurting. A lot of people with sore feet, sore muscles, especially after a long day and you've been on your feet, take it and put your feet on this, and it's actually going to go in and help pull and detoxify your body by pulling out any kind of toxins and poisons and impurities out through the bottom of your feet. So when you're sitting your feet on this, it is incredible the way it pulls all this out and makes you feel better. It actually will help with the pain and stuff of sore muscles, arthritis, can be helped with this. There's so many things. I had a pinched sciatic nerve here a while back, and the doctor wanted me to swap cold and heat. I would keep one in the freezer, and I'd do one in the microwave, and I'd alternate them out every 15 minutes. It was like, I think, a day that I really had to deal with the tough pain. This was the only thing that I could find. The heating pad didn't really ease it up. It was the salt that made the biggest difference.
Now, in the store, you have salt beds. Tell us about that.
I have one in the Decatur store. I have not been fortunate enough to get one in my Coleman store yet, but I do have one in the Decatur store. It is actually a salt bed that takes has heated Himalayan salt on the bottom of it, but it has a halotherapy machine on it that takes a medical grade salt, and it crushes it into a microfiber form and blows it out into the air in this bed. So while you're laying in this bed, you're inhaling this dry salt, and it goes in and works kind of like a toothbrush to fully break up and get rid of any kind of excess mucus you have trapped in your throat, your lungs, your sinuses. It's going to break that up and start clearing that out. It's also, by laying in the bed of the heated Himalayan salt, helps with any kind of arthritis, aches, pains, sore muscles, but it's also going to help with acne, eczema, psoriasis, cystic fibrosis. There's several more on that list. That's just the main top ones off of that, but it's pretty amazing. I actually was able to quit smoking once I got the salt bed. It helps with cravings, helps curb the cravings, and it also at the same time is going to help detoxify your system as well. When you're digging your feet down in that heated Himalayan salt, you're getting the same results that you would by putting your feet on the heated stones.
Okay. Let's talk about cost. Start with the lamps.
The lamp, this particular one is $49, and we go up from there. I think the highest lamp that I have, and it's a pretty big decorative one, but it's a $2.89, I think, is the highest one I have right now. So depending on the container, as far as when you're putting them, we have the small rocks that are broke up and put in containers, and we can make those in more beautiful, ornate containers that show off, a little more decorative pieces like that. And those can go up in price, ranging from anywhere from, I think, $59.99 going on up to the $2.89.
And they will last?
They're going to last you forever. The only maintenance you ever have to do, as long as you keep it left on and away from any kind of moisture. It is salt, so if it comes with contact with moisture, salt naturally absorbs the moisture out of the air, and it will start to dissolve. But as long as you keep it on 24/7 and away from that moisture, it's going to last you forever. And the only maintenance you have to do is light bulb change, and we do free light bulb replacement for the life of the lamp.
Any side effects or any conditions that people may have that they shouldn't use these?
So far, I have only ran into one young lady that came in my Decatur store, and she was bad allergic to salt. She still wanted a lamp. She was not bothered by coming in the store, but she could not have the table salt. It was a rare thing. She's been the only one I have ever met that was allergic to salt, but she said that was something the doctors all thought that was rare too. But she was not bothered by the salt lamp and was going to check to see if she could actually have one of those. I have not heard back from her, so that's been a little while, and I don't know how that went. She wasn't from here, so she was, can't remember what state she lived in, but she was going to come back and check with us after she talked to her doctor and made him familiar with what the lamps were and what they did. So I'm hoping
How
to hear back
about
from her.
pets in the house?
Pets are helped so much. I mean, these lamps can they're going to help you breathe better. They can help you stop snoring. They're going to virtually eliminate almost all the dust in any room they're in. But I've even had pugs that have quit snoring. Little pug dogs
Yes.
that, they're known for their snoring, and their snoring has been stopped. But I've got a lot of people who have pets that have like ADD. Their pets are I thought it was hilarious, but they do put pets on medicine for that. And they have actually been able to come off of that too. So they are greatly helped by that. I have pet licks that we have. I have a lot of pets that are being helped by that. I had a woman with a sick horse who came in and bought some of these pet licks, and instead of going to the vet, these pet licks were what helped her horse get better.
Wow.
It was incredible.
Let's talk about location. Where is your Coleman store and what hours are you open?
It is actually on 3rd Street in Coleman. It is about a block down from the Coleman Times, and we are open from 10 to 6, Monday through Friday, Saturday from 10 to 2. Those are my summertime hours. In the wintertime, I try to go from 9 to 5 to kind of help people out with that, get off at different times and stuff like that. But we're always, willing to help if we can be there a little later. Sometimes yesterday we didn't get to leave till after 7 o'clock. So, we try to help compromise with whatever the customers need.
And your Decatur location?
It is actually in downtown Decatur on 2nd Avenue on the corner of 2nd and Grant.
Okay. Jennifer, thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Very interesting. I have to come by the store and
Absolutely.
see everything now.
We also have cooking slabs too.
Oh.
You can cook on those. They're going to naturally flavor and tenderize the food while you're cooking on it.
Goodness, my wife will be your best customer. Again, the name of the business is Salinity. Thank you once again,
Thank you
Jennifer.
so much.
We'll be back with more right after this.